Hello class, welcome to a room 222 Photoshop tutorial. Today's project is creating a professional styled logo, and our logo is going to look similar to this. It's going to be circular, and then you're going to include a letter and a number or two letters in the center that represents you. So let's minimize this. This is going to be a choice project. So as you go along, you can do it to however you want. This one is not difficult, but there are a lot of steps, so it may take a while just to get through the tutorial. So first off, we're going to go to File, and we're going to go to New. And we're going to do the custom, and it's going to be a width of 1024 pixels, height of 1024 pixels, and 72 pixels per inch for the resolution. Once you have that, you're going to click OK, and it's going to create this white square. Next, we're going to apply a gradient to the background. This gradient should be very light. I would suggest going with a grayish color, but you can do whatever you might like. So I'm going to go with a light gray, and I'm going to go to an even lighter gray. And I'm going to click OK. Make sure too that your preset is this first one. I'm going to click, and I'm going to have the darker at the top and light at the bottom. Just like that. Next, I'm going to do Control R, which will bring up rulers along the side, which are these. They might already be there, so if you do Control R and it takes it away, just bring them right back using Control R again. And then you're going to click over here on the side, and we're going to bring over, click and drag so this vertical line shows up. And we're going to upline it to the center. And it should be relatively like at 7. And then we're going to do it from the top down to about 7 again. And that will evenly cut your square into 4 pieces. Next, we're going to select the Ellipse tool. So over here on your shapes, you're going to click the Ellipse tool, and we're going to start in the center here. We're going to hold down Alt-Shift, and it's going to bring it into the center. And we're going to drag it out so it's almost to the edge. And then we're going to let go. And it creates this ellipse 1. Next, we're going to change the fill color to a dark gray. So we're going to go up here to Fill. We're going to select a nice dark gray. And then we're going to duplicate this layer with Control J. Next, we're going to create a center circle. So we're going to click the Path Operations button, which is right up here. We're going to select Subtract from Front Shape. We're going to click and start dragging, and then we're going to do Alt-Shift. And we're going to bring it out to almost the outer edge. And then let go. And then we're going to fill it with a light gray. Next, we're going to go back to New Layer, and we're going to make one more circle on the inside. And again, you're going to click and drag, and then do Alt-Shift, and bring it out so it's relatively close to the same diameter. Let go. We're going to select Ellipse, Circle, 1 copy, and we're going to right-click on Blending Options. We're going to select the inner shadow, the gradient, and the drop shadow. So first we're going to check out the inner shadow. So we're going to click here, and we are going to change this to normal. We are going to make the color white. We're going to change the opacity to 100. And then we're going to make the distance 5. choke 0, and then size is 5 pixels. Next we're going to go to gradient. For the gradient, we're going to pick two light colors, so maybe a very light gray and an even lighter gray. We're going to click OK. And then next we're going to go to our drop shadow, and we are going to make that size option 20, and that's all we're doing. Once that's complete, you're going to click OK. And then we're actually going to apply this then to Ellipse 2. So we're going to right click and go to Copy Layer, and then right click again on Ellipse 2 and Paste Layer. Now we can change the shade of the original ellipse shape, so this dark gray. So we can change it to another color. We're going to go up to Fill, and I'm going to make it a bright pink. And then next we're going to go to the text tool that is called the Horizontal Type Mask Tool. And for this part, you can apply either a letter or a letter and a number, two numbers, or two letters, something that represents you. So I'm going to do CC. And I would suggest getting a font that is very bold, something that we can see really easily. I have it on Bajas, but I might also change it for this one to a different one. I'm going to go with this snap. You pick whatever one you want. And to change the font size, you want to come over here, and since it only goes to 72, you actually have to physically click over here where these arrows are and move them back and forth to something of a size that you might like. And then you can click over here and drag them. And I'm going to say OK. So now that I have them where I want, I'm going to hold down the Alt key and select this top layer. And then I'm going to click the Mask tool. And it brings forth that color. Now if I want to change the size or the area in which it is located, I can click on this link button to unlink it, and then move to my text or move tool, and I can move it around the screen. I might make it just a little bit smaller and use these lines here to help keep it centered. Once you have the letters where you want them to go, we're going to bring back the link, and we're going to add a little bit of depth to your picture. So we're going to select the brush tool, and you want to make it as pretty big, and it should have a hardness that is lowered, and you might want to change the opacity a little bit, and you're going to change the blend mode from normal to overlay. And we're just going to apply it to the picture so it kind of brings forth a little bit of brightness to it. You can try over the center. It might not work that well. It's going to be different per picture. Once you like what you've done, then you are also going to, if you want, create a new layer, and we're going to put it at the top, and we're going to use our paint bucket tool, and we're going to make it white. And then we're going to change the screen, and then we're going to change the opacity, bring it down. And this is going to give it like a little bit of a white fade. You don't have to do this, but if you would like to, it might help blend your colors a little bit better. And so now this is my logo. So whenever you're done, you're going to go to File, Save As, and we're going to save it as a JPEG to our Finished Projects folder. Under logo. And we're going to save it as your name as a JPEG. So again, this isn't difficult. There's just quite a few steps. If you do get lost, if you have any questions, let me know. Alright, off you go.